Hello everyone, it's Shanna and I'm part of the Kat Scrappiness design team, and today we've got a giveaway hop featuring our Fork and Farm Quokka and coordinating die set. Now we've got this farmer and his wife Quokka, and we've got all these little sentiments that are just so fun. We've got, hey you all, welcome to the funny farm, this is how we roll. We may not have it all together, but together we have it all. Rise and shine, mother cluckers. Life is better on the farm. You're so forking cute. Stop forking around. I forking love you. Farm, sweet farm. How about a roll in the hay? And together is our favorite place to be. And we're going to be working with us today. And I'm also going to be bringing in this Farmhouse 6x6 double-sided premium cardstock from Kat Scrappiness. And I love these pattern papers. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. Now here I've got everything stamped and colored out on one sheet. I just took the stamp set and stamped the whole thing on the carrier sheet just as it is and colored it up. Now here I'm showing you all of the die pieces. I've got them all taped down except for the Welcome to the Funny Farm, because I stamped it a little bit too tight to my frame. So I'm going to die cut everything else out, and then I'll go back and die cut out the Welcome to the Funny Farm part. And so here we've got our little frame, and then we've got all of our sentiments, and we're just going to start building some cards. So I'm going to bring in an A2 size card base that's top folding. I'm going to grab my Kat Scrappiness bone folder, and I'm just going to get this card base folded, and we're going to just start building our card. Now for this one, I'm going to bring in some of the cardstock from the Farmhouse paper pack that I showed you. I'm going to bring in the fall frame craft die. I'm just going to use the outside one just so that I can have a stitched panel that's A2 size. So I'm going to use that one from the fall frame set, and I'm going to bring in a couple different layers of pattern paper along with that. But I'm going to get this base panel laid down, and I'm showing you the back side of that. That pattern is super cute too. It's always hard to decide which patterns to use on these cardstock packs because they're so great on both sides. So I'm just getting it tapped down, lined up, and get my card base covered up. And I'm going to bring in two panels that I die cut out from the label frame craft die, and this is another nesting die. It's a recently released one, and we're just going to layer them up. I've got another piece of the pattern paper where we've got the farmhouse, the tractors, the animals, the barn, and all kinds of cute stuff on there that I'm going to layer up. And then I've just got a piece of red scrap that you can see I die cut a little piece out of it that I'm going to use up. I've been on a quest to kind of clean up my scrap, so I'm going to use that. Now this frame does not lay exactly right on that particular nested frame, but I think it looks nice, and I like the two layered together, and I think you can pull it off that way. But I just thought it'd be fun to bring in some more of those newer layered nesting dies that we have. And we're going to get the red panel attached to our farm panel and get it lined up, and we'll get it laid down on our card base. And I think this particular card is showcasing a lot of the pattern paper as well as the Fork and Farm Quokka stamp and coordinating die set. And they were fun coloring. I enjoyed coloring them up. And I did some simple coloring. So I'm just going to get this lined up nice and neat. And then I'm going to try and figure out which sentiment I want to use. There are just so many cute ones. I wasn't sure what to use. And so I'm just going to, once I get this one laid down nicely, then I'll just grab a sentiment and we'll get it laid down on there. And I think it's a cute little card. So I'm just kind of shuffling through there, trying to decide what I want to choose. And ultimately, I wind up going with Farm, Sweet Farm on this card. And I thought that was reflective because we've got the barn and all the farm implements and everything. And so I thought that sentiment was pretty reflective of the pattern paper that I had used in it. Now, because of the layering, you can't see all of the elements on that farm paper, but I think it still adds something to the card. So I'm bringing in some foam tape. I'm going to pop this up and get this laid down. And I think our cardstock there, our pattern cardstock, is busy enough that I don't need to add any extra embellishments at all to it. And we're making 3 cards, and the third one is my favorite, so stay along so that you see us make all 3 cards because the third one is my favorite. Now this is a giveaway hop, and all the information about the giveaway is listed in the description box below. There's a Rafflecopter form that you can fill out for a chance to win. There's also a playlist that you can click play all and follow along and see all of the designers playing with the new Fork and Farm Quokka stamp and coordinating die set. Now here I'm bringing in the A2 lattice frame from Kat Scrappiness, and I've made a shaker out of it. And I made my shaker ahead of time, and I just used some pink patterned paper there, and I used some foam strips and created a shaker, and I used Kat Scrappiness's carnation pink dots and created a shaker with that. And I'm just going to lay this panel down with some glue once I get my glue running. And we're just going to make another top folding. I made all top folding cards, this landscape top folding cards this time. So you can see I've got some good foam dimension on there because I did use some shaker strips. And I actually filled in that center so that those carnation pink dots only kind of rotated around the edge. They didn't get lost in the center, and so I could keep, my lattice area pretty full of dots. So again, I'm just going to take my glue and I'm just going to get this glued down on there, and it's going to be fairly simple. And I think it looks cute. Now I had in my head that I wanted to add a bow to her, so I took the Stitch Wacky frame and bow dies, and I just die cut out a pink bow that would coordinate with her little polka dot dress. And I'm going to just lay it down on the top of her head and put the cute little pink bow there. I also thought it might be interesting to take a blue or a gray collar and make like an old-time farmer bow and put it around his neck, but I passed on that. So I thought this made a cute shaker card, and I thought they were such a sweet-looking couple that I would put together as our favorite place to be. So I'm going to use that sentiment, and I'm just going to glue this one directly down. And then we're going to move on to the third and final card, and my favorite card. So I think it's cute. So we've got two of them done there, and we'll just lay those aside, and we're going to do the last one. So for this one, I actually took some craft cardstock and stamped on the craft cardstock. So I'm going to bring it in and show you. This is where I die cut it out. And I'm going to use this piece. I don't like to waste. You can see I die cut that right out of there. And I colored it in. And I really like the craft background. And I enjoyed coloring on that craft too. It really made it easy to color up those quokkas and get good coloring on them. So now I'm just going to lay some glue down on this. And then we'll get it laid down on our card base. And then we're going to bring in our layers. Now I've just cut a 4 by 5 1/4 panel because I just want a little bit of that craft cardstock peeking out behind, and look how cute that pattern there is too. And we'll get it laid down on there and just have a little tiny edge all the way around our card base. And this red was from the Farmhouse premium cardstock pack as well. And I'm also going to bring in another color. I'm going to bring in the Buffalo Plaid. And for this, I took that Stitched Wacky frame again, and I just die cut it out just to make it a little more interesting. And I like that frame. It is really fun. And we've got the pink pattern paper on the back with all the animals, and I think it's super cute too. So now we're just going to lay this down on our red floral pattern. And I love the Buffalo Plaid. And I really like the color tones that I used for this little framed image with the red and then kind of the jean color. I thought that was super cute, and I like the tones of it. And so we're just going to get this laid down on our Stitched Wacky frame. And then we're going to decide what sentiment we're going to use for this. Just getting it lined up nice and neat, checking my corners. And for this one, I'm going to use You're So Forking Cute. And I'm going to bring in some foam tape and just pop it up a little bit. And then that will pretty much finish off our card. So I hope you will click the playlist and follow along to all the designers and check out everything that they're making. I have listed all of the materials in the description box below with my affiliate links, and it really helps my channel if you'll purchase from those links. And I appreciate you watching, and I hope you win. So make sure you fill out that Rafflecopter form, and you can fill it out on each designer's page and have more opportunities to win. So let's just review. We've got all of those sentiments left over that we can use for our future cards. So here's our first card. Here's our second card with a shaker, and then our third with a buffalo plaid, and I just love it. So thanks for watching, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye now.